Please note that this video provides general legal education and not tailored legal advice. If you need tailored legal advice, please apply to Q Legal's free legal advice clinic.
Welcome to this Q Legal video on the types of commercial contracts for startups and key provisions that startups must know. After watching this video, you will understand the major types of contracts and key clauses in a contract. Running a startup means signing a lot of contracts, but not all contracts are the same. The type of contract you need depends on what you are doing. For example, Coffee Clothes, which is a sustainable startup that transforms coffee grounds into sustainable yarn. You might need a supplier contract to buy used coffee grounds, or an employment contract when hiring new staff, or a lease agreement when renting a new space or expanding. No matter the type of contract, there are key provisions every startup should look out for. Let's start with the basics. We must clearly list out the parties and responsibilities. For example, who supplies the coffee grounds and who pays for delivery. There are performance obligations which set out who does what and when. For example, for a supplier contract, this might be quantity, quality, and delivery standards, such as the coffee grounds must meet a quality test. There are also ancillary obligations which cover related tasks like packaging or reporting. Startups must ensure that the standards on timelines are very clear. Next, make sure the payment terms and delivery details are clear, such as when payment is due, how goods will be delivered, and whether late payments attracts a penalty or attracts interest. Or questions like, is there a retention of title? That means the seller keeps ownership until you pay. Coffee Clothes could, for instance, agree that the payment is due 30 days after delivery. That is an example of a standard. It is also important to include express clauses so nothing important is left out or later left for a court to imply. Some protections only apply if they are written in the contract. For example, termination for convenience, which allows you to end the contract easily. Other common express clauses include IP ownership, confidentiality, and dispute resolution provisions, such as agreeing to try mediation first if a disagreement arises. Finally, you must include what are called boilerplate clauses, like force majeure and governing law, any timelines with technical detail, and the execution block where both parties sign. Overall, you must first know who is doing what, when, how you pay, and what protections exist. And if you're unsure, get advice. Thank you for watching this Q Legal video on the types of contracts and key provisions.
For free legal advice tailored to your business, please go to the Q Legal website and apply to the Q Legal Legal Advice Clinic. For additional videos and other helpful resources, please go to the Q Legal Resource Hub.